Welcome folks to episode 6 of Logic Fails, where we're continuing today with our analysis of the Supreme Court vacancy following the passing of the notorious RBG. Let's hop in. Now last week, we discussed the comparison fallacy in assuming that Mitch McConnell and other Senate Republicans would be consistent about not appointing new SCOTUS justices during an election year, when in reality, if given the opportunity,
would fill it.
Now we observed that their principles change when the circumstances change, such that these principles are no longer personally beneficial, even when they say,
"You could use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right."
Now one of you, incisively, messaged us that this same fallacy is represented in The Office, in Season 6, Episode 4, when the whole crew goes out to Niagara Falls for Jim and Pam's wedding. There, Michael Scott realizes that he's neglected to reserve a room in the hotel, and he's scrambling to find a place to stay, particularly because
Pam and Jim's wedding will be the single best pickup destination in the history of the universe.
And so, under these circumstances, without a room, he tells Dwight,
Dwight. I need to stay in your room.
No way. What if I meet someone?
I'm staying in your... Come on,
No,
Dwight.
Michael.
I would do the same for you.
You would?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Let's just go.
the premise here being that when one of us doesn't have a room, we owe it to the other to share. And why does Michael push this argument so fervently? Well, it's because it benefits him under the circumstances. And when those circumstances change...
Oh, this must be some kind of mistake. This reservation is under an M. Scott.
Oh.
This must be yours.
Thank God.
Oh, no. Now that I don't have a room, can I stay with you?
Now, are we confident that Michael will apply these principles consistently now that the shoe's on the other foot?
No.
I didn't think so.
I would say yes, but you can't, and I'll tell you why. If I have a
Please.
woman up there and things are getting amorous, she's gonna get turned off if she looks in the bathroom and she sees you brushing your teeth with butter and clay.
It's Michael McConnell, or Mitchell Scott. So in last week's episode, and this week's Office example, we discussed the comparative fallacy inherent in assuming that Senate Republicans would handle this nomination the same way they handled the 2016 nomination of Merrick Garland. But now let's cross the political divide. Senate Democrats are arguing that based on what was done in 2016, we should do the same in 2020. Now Republicans might fairly contend that this argument commits an exclusivity fallacy, that it is flawed because it excludes certain relevant considerations. Lindsey Graham articulates this reasoning in a letter that he sent Monday to the Senate Judiciary Committee. First, Graham points out that the situation in 2016 is different because Obama was a lame duck president, meaning he'd already served his 2 terms, he was not up for re-election, and whichever party won, we were sure to have a different president after his term ended. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is not a lame duck president, and his presidency could well be extended after this term concludes. Second, he notes that unlike in 2016, there is both a Republican president nominating justices and a Republican Senate confirming those justices. By contrast, Obama had a Senate dominated by the opposite party in 2016. Finally, Graham notes that the treatment of Justice Kavanaugh has given him a different view of the judicial confirmation process. Now, it's not quite clear to me why investigations into accusations of sexual assault caused Graham to flip on the issue of late-term judicial appointments, but he said it, and we really went in on him last week, so we'll include that in our list of potentially relevant differentiations between 2016 and 2020. And finally, there were a myriad reactions last week to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's passing, but you can always count on one Ben Shapiro for a fallacious assessment. And this one might have also been a little bit malicious. Shapiro says,
"So here was this liberal crazy lady screaming about RBG.
And then he proceeds to show a clip he found on the internet of a woman's visceral reaction in the very moment that she learned about the justice's passing.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg died! Could this year get any f***ing worse? Ruth, you just had to make it to 2021!
And from this clip, he then concludes,
So just to take an example, I think this is the it of the Democratic Party right here.
and now this is of course a sampling fallacy. You can't scour the internet and selectively draw the most dramatic example you can find and then claim that it's representative just to prove your point. If you could, then I could, say, scour the internet and claim that this clip is representative of Ben Shapiro's ability to handle a tough interview question.
If you would let me just finish the question. You both
frankly, I don't
claims
think
that
this is- you know what?
society
Honestly-
is turning
honestly,
its
sir.
back on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah, this
What are
considering
those values?
considering
what are the values it's turning its back on?
But I won't. Thank you all for watching. If you encounter any lapses of logic on television or in real life, then we'd love to hear from you. See you guys next week.